We're going to look at something very recent. This is actually from Christmas, and as you can see, I've had it pinned up on my wall for a long time here in my cubicle at work. The penguin was recently relocated from over here because we're moving things around. So sorry about the distractions on the edges, but what we're looking at here is Mike Geiling driving our rental car back to Ohio, and that's what Pennsylvania looks like. Pretty much all of Pennsylvania looks like that. Now, what's going on that's different about this, going into this back in December, I knew shooting it, I had done several car interiors and I had new ideas and things I wanted to try. And when I assembled it, I had a very different experience having assembled the other ones recently or in the last several months. One is just the use of as much negative space as I want because I think it helps, in fact, rather than hinders. It is a constant struggle against yourself to try and make a single photograph out of it. I think there's this impulse, and I don't understand it yet, why. I will try to put the pictures together. I'm trying to force everything together to be one photograph, and that defeats the purpose. Because why not just shoot one photograph then? All you need is a fisheye lens. So here's Hoss in the back seat. On the trip, Mike had draped things over the seat to keep the voluminous amounts of fur, which you can kind of see in this photograph. This is matte paper, by the way, and it makes a huge difference in terms of visibility. Mike's driving. I probably could have gotten a little more of his gestures because he's a very, he gestures a lot in very unique ways. Running his hand over his head is a very Mike Geiling kind of gesture. And I mysteriously did not shoot part of the dashboard, and I just decided, well, that's the way it is. There's a big chunk, and then who cares? It's a dashboard. It's not interesting. What is interesting is the landscape, the people, as always. And one unique thing about this, it's a little dark here in the corner, and there's a chair in the way, is I was playing with the camera settings to show the sense of motion. So here, the snow-covered ground is streaking by. It's blurred from the motion. And I have looked many days now at this one, and I really like this piece a lot. This is one that I would probably make the effort to actually assemble and frame if I had room to display such a monstrosity. Actually, my idea is to take it and take a very high resolution photograph of it and maybe shrink it down to a size of 30 by 40 or 20 by 30, something that you can still see a reasonable amount of the detail of the photo and tell what it is when you walk up to it, but you don't need a giant place to display everything. It's too large.